हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम के बारे में और आज का हमारा टॉपिक है पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड. सो पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड इज लोकेटेड इन अ बोनी कैविटी that is called sella turcica. It is an important MCQ question that the pituitary gland is located in a bony cavity that is called sella turcica. This pituitary gland is attached to the hypothalamus by a stalk. This stalk is known as infundibulum or pituitary stalk. This pituitary gland is divided anatomically into adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis in turn will be divided into pars distalis and pars intermedia. There is no division of neurohypophysis. Pars distalis is commonly known as anterior pituitary, whereas neurohypophysis is known as posterior pituitary. Neurohypophysis or pars nervosa is also known as posterior pituitary. Pars distalis will produce hormones such as growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. This pars intermedia will produce only one hormone, that is melanocyte stimulating hormone. Neurohypophysis will not produce any hormone, but it will store and release two hormones, that is oxytocin and vasopressin. This oxytocin and vasopressin is actually synthesized by hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will synthesize oxytocin and vasopressin and it will be transported axonally to neurohypophysis. Here we have seen that pars distalis and pars intermedia are producing hormones, but neurohypophysis will not produce any hormone, but it will store and release hormones that is produced by hypothalamus. So we'll look into the hormones one by one. First, growth hormone. Growth hormone, in case of oversecretion of growth hormone during childhood, will cause abnormal growth of body leading to gigantism, and undersecretion of growth hormone will cause stunted growth leading to pituitary dwarfism. Oversecretion of growth hormone in adults. Here we saw that oversecretion of growth hormone during childhood, but here we will see that overgrowth of growth hormone in adults will cause acromegaly. This acromegaly is severe disfigurement, especially of the face. Acromegaly leads to premature death if unchecked, and this is very hard to diagnose in early stages. Moving on to prolactin. This prolactin will regulate the growth of mammary glands and formation of milk in them. This will regulate the growth of mammary glands and it will form milk in the mammary glands also. Moving on to thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. This will stimulate the synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormones from thyroid gland. It will ultimately cause the release of, it will cause the synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormones from thyroid gland. This ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormones, will stimulate the synthesis and secretion of glucocorticoids from adrenal cortex. Now here we need to remember that this glucocorticoid is a steroid hormone. See, we need to know about the nature of hormones, whether it is a steroid type or protein or peptide type. Okay. So we will talk about that later, but here we will see that glucocorticoid is a steroid hormone and released from adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex, there are two parts of adrenal gland, that is cortex and medulla. So adrenal cortex will cause the release of glucocorticoids, that is a steroid hormone. Now moving on to luteinizing hormone, that is LH. It will act both on males and females. In female, it will induce ovulation of the fully mature follicles, that is the Graafian follicle. See, all these Graafian follicle, corpus luteum, we are going to study this in detail in reproductive system. But for now, you need to understand that in females, LH induces ovulation of fully mature follicles, that is Graafian follicle. And it will maintain the corpus luteum. What is this corpus luteum? See, this corpus luteum will be formed from the remnants of the Graafian follicle after ovulation. As ovulation occurs, the Graafian follicle will rupture. Okay, and the remnants of the Graafian follicle will be called the corpus luteum. This corpus luteum is a temporary endocrine gland. Okay, and the primary function of corpus luteum is to secrete progesterone, which is essential for preparing the uterus for pregnancy. Its corpus luteum will secrete progesterone primarily. It will also secrete estrogen and inhibin A, but in small quantities, but it will mainly release progesterone. That will be essential for preparing the uterus for pregnancy. The corpus luteum will also release some amount of estrogen and inhibin A. We talked about females. Now in males, the luteinizing hormone will stimulate the synthesis and secretion of hormones, that is androgens, from the testes. Okay. Moving on to follicle stimulating hormone. It will also act on the females and the males. In females, it will stimulate the growth and development of the ovarian follicles. It will cause the growth of the ovarian follicle as well as it will develop the ovarian follicles. Okay. And in males, it will regulate spermatogenesis along with androgen. Androgen, we saw that luteinizing hormone will cause the secretion of androgen from testis. This androgen plus FSH. FSH in addition with androgen will regulate spermatogenesis. That is the formation of sperms. And this luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone both will have gonadal activity. Okay, and hence these are called as gonadotrophins. These were the hormones of the pars distalis, that is the anterior pituitary. Moving on to pars intermedia, it will produce only one hormone, that is melanocyte stimulating hormone. This melanocyte stimulating hormone will act on the melanocytes. These melanocytes are the melanin containing pigments that will provide pigmentation to the skin. Okay. So this MSH will act on the melanocytes and regulate the pigmentation of the skin. Moving on to neurohypophysis, that is pars nervosa. We saw there that it will not produce any hormone, but it will store and release two hormones, that is oxytocin and vasopressin. These two hormones are actually synthesized by hypothalamus. This oxytocin has action on contraction of the smooth muscles. Okay, it will cause contraction of the smooth muscles, and in females it will stimulate vigorous contraction of the uterus during childbirth. So it helps in childbirth. During childbirth it will cause vigorous contraction of the uterus leading to childbirth. In mammary gland also it has an effect, that is it will cause milk ejection from the mammary gland. See, we saw that prolactin will help in the growth of the mammary gland and formation of milk in them, but oxytocin will actually cause the release of that ejection of the milk from the mammary gland. Moving on to vasopressin. Let me tell you that vasopressin is also known as antidiuretic hormone. This will act on the kidney, okay, and it will cause resorption of water and electrolytes by the distal tubules. These distal tubules are present in the kidney, okay. So it will cause the reabsorption of water and electrolytes by the distal tubules, hence leading to reduction of the loss of water through urine, that is diuresis. hence it is called antidiuretic hormone. It reduces the loss of water and electrolytes by the urine from the body. Okay, hence it is known as antidiuretic hormone. There is a condition that is diabetes insipidus. It will cause water loss and dehydration. How it will cause water and dehydration? It will affect the release of ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone. When the release of ADH is affected, it will lead to diminished ability of kidney to conserve water. So the kidney will not be able to conserve water, and it will lead to water loss and electrolyte loss from the kidneys, and hence there will be loss of water and electrolytes from the kidneys, and hence there will be loss of water and electrolytes from the body. Okay, so we saw all the hormones from the pituitary gland. Our next topic will be hypothalamus.